welcome back once again to this shit's rants, and of course I'm your host, your YouTube Messiah, often imitated. Never duplicate super vicious, and we are gonna go over Raw this week. It was in the ThunderDome. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got mixed feelings on, am I gonna miss doing a ThunderDome joke or not? Either way, the touring dates can't get here sooner. I am just salivating and waiting in anticipation over it. But before we can get into this week's Raw, we gotta switch gears, talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind, and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. Well, it was the Fallout 2 Hell in a Cell. Roman was still there, reigning victorious. Now, I'm gonna gloss over some of the side stuff, but to basically paraphrase on it, Jay isn't there. Jimmy's saying he's willing to take up his place. He main events, having a match with Ziggler. He wins. Fast forward. At the end, they wind up saying no one's there there is no one worthy to challenge Roman, this, that, and the other. And then Edge comes out. Edge returns, beats the shit out of Roman, calls him out, says, I'm right here, I want my shot. And in a way, this makes perfect sense because, and listen up kids, because Professor Tim is about to get into a class lecture, so get your pens and papers ready. Think about it. Edge has a compelling case he makes. He never got his one-on-one match that he earned winning the Royal Rumble. So, storyline-wise, it makes perfect sense. He has perfect, valid reason. You know? Not only that, Roman wants to say he has no challengers. Nobody's willing to step up to him. The last person that did was Ray, and he's sharing a hospital bed with his baby boy. Well, I say his quote-unquote baby boy. We all know Eddie Guerrero is really looking down like, yeah, your boy, right, Ray? Hey, Dom, just remember, I'm still your papi. But yeah. I'm all for it, and not only that, it makes sense. Like I said, it makes sense story-wise with Edge winning the Rumble. Also, Edge stepping up to say he wants an opportunity, you know? Let me ask you this also. Who else on the SmackDown roster would anyone consider to be in that echelon class to go and issue a challenge to him? Now, Seth at one point during the show said he wants the Universal title, so wouldn't say foundation, but seeds have been planted for a possible Seth versus Roman or possible Seth versus Edge. Nakamura could be argued saying he's main event caliber as well, yeah. Corbin, you can make the argument, but honestly, just, with me. Big E, I could see being the hunter, I could see him being the hunter, but hear me out. Big E, being the guy chasing after the title for a good while, would actually pay off better for him because he'd be more suited as the hunter as opposed to the hunted. And then when he finally gets it, it's that big, oh my god moment. Now I'll get to Big E in a minute. Other stuff that happened on SmackDown, Cesaro and Bianca had a mixed tag match against Seth and Bayley. And I gotta tell you, I was really impressed because it wasn't so much like, oh my god, this is the greatest mixed tag match ever. It was more so because the two people that were working with each other for the matches were like, you know, just personality-wise, like, you know, they really kind of mesh. Like, Cesaro's like the genetic freak Superman. Bianca's pretty much like the same. And Seth and Bailey, when they're together, they look like that creepy new age couple at the end of the bar that want to go and buy you a drink and then try and bring your drunk ass home for a three-way. Don't go getting all hot and mad because I'm shooting out facts, okay? Other than that, back to Big E. Big E had a Money in the Bank qualifying match with Apollo Crews. Hell of a fucking match between them two. And, well, Big E won. And this is where, in the realm of infinite multiverses, it's happening somewhere, but I seriously doubt it'll happen here. Big E wins the Money in the Bank match, cashes in, beats Bobby Lashley, becomes the world champion, and then returns to Monday Night with Kofi and Big E, and the New Day is reunited once more. That could be considered fantasy booking, or me talking out of my ass, which 6 in one, half dozen in the other, but hey, in the theory of infinite multiverses, somewhere out there that's planned. Other than that, other big things that did happen, they did also announce Sami Zayn is going to be going against Kevin Owens this coming Friday in a last man standing for a Money in the Bank qualifying match, and La Revenger Last Man Standing 2. Now, we all know I'm not a big fan of last man standing matches. The concept itself is a great idea. You have to beat your opponent senseless until the point to where they can't get up for a 10 count. Then comes the 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can be extremely boring and can suck the fun out. Now, these two guys, look up, if you've never seen it before, look for Kevin Steen versus El Generico, La Revenger, Last Man Standing. Between them two, oh my god, it was a fuck. Listen, I do not like Last Man Standing matches, but I fucking love that match. It's hands down my favorite Last Man Standing match. And do I think this match that they're gonna do this Friday is gonna put up any kind of competition to it? Fuck no! 9 out of 10 times the sequel does not outdo the original. You know? But these two guys know how to work and know how to put it on a good show. So what I do think is, I do think they are going to put on one hell of an entertaining match. That's pretty much all the big stuff that happened on SmackDown. So now let's get into the show. It starts off showing a whole bunch of the roster standing in the middle of the ring, and then they cut to the back with Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville saying, due to reasons, Randy Orton's unable to compete tonight, so we are going to have a battle royal to determine who will take Randy's place in the Triple Threat Last Chance Money in the Bank qualifying match. Then Riddle comes out with it like a little kid, like, oh, I got a note right here signed from Randy. Adam and Sonya look over it and, okay, 2 things to take away. 1, Riddle really needs to learn on how to have somebody ghost right for him because his verbiage was all over the place, so definitely not what you would expect for a Randy Orton note. And 2, upon seeing the actual writing on the note, it really does kind of look like Riddle has some very feminine penmanship. Yeah. Either way, Riddle requested if he could be in the Battle Royal to participate on Randy's behalf. So he goes in, and so yeah, it's a big Battle Royal, schmaz fest, fists flying, everyone's going everywhere. Really cool spot where Garza actually landed on the outside. Only 1 foot hit the ground, and he kept his other one up like that, and then hobbled back into the ring, which, goes again back to what I asked before. When Zach Gowen was in WWE, why the hell did nobody ever think, well, fuck, why don't we put him in the Royal Rumble? Both feet gotta hit the floor. He only has one. He's guaranteed to win. You know? I'm just saying. That could have worked. That could have honestly worked. Hell, if they bring Zach Gowen back now, they could do that. I'm just saying. Either way, they had that. Then Omos came out at one point, helped toss out the Raiders. And then Jinder caught a running high knee and then was just like, ooh, on the apron, and then fell over like he was punch drunk. And yeah. Anyways, Riddle got the win by tossing out Damian Priest. Next match we got one-on-one action with Nikki Cross now wanting to be Nikki AASH, almost a superhero, AASH, which is, well, a lot better than what Rosie was. Rosie was a superhero in training, a SHIT, superhero in training. God, I miss Rosie. He was such a fucking cool guy to see on TV all the time. If y'all don't know, Rosie was Roman Reigns' big brother. For those that aren't educated or fully aware. But either way. Nikki Cross going against Shayna Baszler. And Shayna, she was pretty much leading the match. At one point, Alexa Bliss came out looking all cute and creepy, where it was just like, okay, scares me, but also kind of gives me a boner at the same time. I am both terrified and aroused. I don't quite know on how to comprehend this. Except I know I'm gonna get a brain duster for that comment. Sorry. I can already feel that brain duster now. Moving forward. Yeah. Shayna was pretty much leading the pace on it. And match came to an end with Nikki Cross doing the, I can never remember the technical name for it, but it's not just like one of those quick roll-ups. It was, she hooked the arm, wrapped it around her leg and all that jazz, and then did a roll-up on it. 1, 2, 3, in which all I can think is, stand back! Nikki Cross is coming through. And if you don't like the superhero gimmick, I just got one question for you. What's up with that? You know, I'm all for it, you know? Fuck, I love the Hurricane Helms bit. I loved when he was doing the Hurricane. I love the Hurricane Helms, the Mighty Molly, with Rosie even, the superhero in training. I fucking dug that shit. Because why not have superheroes in wrestling? You know? We got Vikings, we got zombies, we got aliens, we got cleaners, we got EVPs, we got nightmares. We got all kinds of shit. You know, it's just, why not superheroes? So yeah, next up we got women's tag action. Need my heart pills for this one. Asuka, Asuka and Naomi going against Eva Marie and Piper Niven, who's now being known as Doudrop. Which, okay, in a way it makes sense because I'm all for it because she's not getting a chance to speak. Piper's not getting a chance to speak and everyone keeps calling her that. When the eventual betrayal happens, when she eventually leaves Eva, she's 10 get you 20, she's gonna pop, snap and say, my name's not Doudrop, it's this, this, and this. And I am going to beat your ass. You know, something along those lines. But yeah. So as far as this match went, Piper, Doudrop, however you want to address her, she was in there the entire time. It was a short-based match, which honestly I can't argue on because this was one of those matches where it was meant to be short for a reason. It was, you know, Doudrop, she was in there, she worked with Naomi, she worked with Asuka, and then just as it looked like she was about to go and reach for Eve, Eva for a tag. Eva, boom, pops off the apron, hands on the hips. How do you like that, huh? Shades of last week when she did it to Eva, and then she just looks, she's like, oh. So then she goes back to town, starts beating them up, starts actually picking up some momentum, gets the win, and actually gets the win doing a running crossbody onto Asuka, which I don't want to hear anyone give any shit about saying, oh, Naomi deserves better. Oh, Asuka deserves better. Motherfuckers, listen, they're established talents, okay? For all intents and purposes, aside from the hardcore wrestling fans that are watching NXT UK on Peacock or the network, depending on wherever the fuck you're at or however the fuck you're watching, how else do you expect people to fucking know them? You know? I mean, I'll give a perfect fucking example. My son, he's 11 going on 12. He's just starting to fucking watch NXT UK. He's just starting to pick up on a lot of these guys. Because he knew of Pete Dunne, but he didn't know anything about Pete Dunne up until he showed up regularly in NXT. He knew about the grizzled young veterans. He didn't really know about their back stuff. He knew about Piper Niven through me, and then saying, well, she was on she was on NXT UK. Oh, she was? Yeah. If you want to watch it, you can, bud. And then click, he puts it on and he watched it. Unless you're going out of your way to watch that shit, 9 out of 10 times, the casual fan is not going to know. So yes, God forbid the new talent on the roster is getting a win over established talent to help make them look better. God forbid such a fucking thing happens. Whew. You know, maybe I should start having 2 or 3 cups of coffee before each episode. Next matchup we got Next matchup we got Ricochet going against Johnny Nitro Morrison Mundo Impact Dripstick Esquire the 23rd. And, you know, somebody in Boyle Heights, Los Angeles is sitting there thinking, you know, I saw these two back in the underground doing this shit. I really hope somebody at least gets that reference of a joke. Because, you know, I spent a whole whopping 30 seconds on that. Either way, this is a damn good match. A lot of fast pace, a lot of fast pace moving around. I dug it. It was fast action. Ricochet was leading post break. It was a decent match. How it came to an end, it was like a holy shit kind of thing. Like, Morrison was literally sitting on the barricade and Ricochet was in the ring, right? So he actually springboarded off the top rope to do a diving crossbody onto Morrison and landed on the opposite side of the barricade. Whether there was a crash pad or not back there, I don't know. They didn't have a camera cut right there. All it showed was the camera was far away. They went, and then you hear the announcers and Miz yelling, "Oh my God!" And then the camera cuts to Miz like, So, yeah. But either way, it ends in a double countout. 10 get you 20, we're going to get a rematch next week. Yeah. Next up, we got women's trios action. Charlotte, Tamina, and Natayla. Which, why they feel the need to consistently give Natayla time to do a promo, I don't understand. Because honestly, it's hard to tell who's more monotone. Natayla, the Bella Twins, or one of those ladies that used to work the 90s phone sex lines. Yeah. Either way, them three were going against Mandy, Dana, and Rhea. So, there was a big giant brawl at the start of the match leading into the break. Post break, Dana was the punching bag for a short little bit. There wasn't any hot tag. So I'll say that now, which was interesting. Because normally, you see the punching bag and then they get the hot tag. You didn't see that this time. And Rhea came in, she cleaned up for a minute, and then Mandy came in, started working a little. The rotation happened. And how the match came to an end was Charlotte did a blind tag onto Natayla, I believe it was. And then did a big boom running boot onto Mandy Rose. Got the 1, 2, 3. That was it. Next up, it was Elias against fucking Gunner, Jaxson Ryker, in a strap match. And hands down, probably the most fucked up thing about this whole match itself wasn't the fact that it was a strap match. It wasn't the fact that, these are two guys I both really don't like or anything. It's that the whole time in backstage vignettes, they're showing fucking Gunner whipping himself like, whoom, 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 like that to himself, like, the fuck? Dude, are you Are you, trying to punish yourself? Doing, what's next? You gonna whip yourself and say, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. And then the motherfucker wants to walk around wearing wannabe Hulk Hogan fucking trunks with red and yellow fucking dots all over it, still looking like a fucking Matt Cardona wannabe on the gas, with a giant fucking bald spot in the middle of his head. Just, fuck, I can't stand that motherfucker. I think I'm good now. Now, as far as the match goes, yeah, as far as the match goes, a lot of whipping. It's what you would expect from a strap match. Just, yeah. Not much else to really describe on it. This is one of those matches, I didn't have a horse in the race, and I tried to put interest into this match, but it was just, I wasn't there. I mean, I was watching it, but my brain just, it went into the other room to go read a book or something. It went into the other room to go read a book. Yeah. The match came to an end when Gunner started to build up a quick comeback, whipped Elias a little, and then did a spinning sidewalk slam. So now we come to main event of the night. Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, and Riddle in a triple threat match. Last chance Money in the Bank qualifying match. McIntyre was leading at the start, and I will give credit where credit's due. I am not, and I'm not trying to say this, the way I'm about to say this, I don't want it to sound like it's like a bandwagon thing, but I am not a big fan of Riddle, especially since the whole speaking out stuff came to light about him. But I will give the devil his due. He did do the lion's share of the work for this match, and he put on his work. He put on his working boots. Well, at least I would say that if he actually fucking wore boots, but he came to work that for this match, and the man fucking worked. It was a damn good match. I dug the shit out of it. At one point, Riddle actually got escorted out because he went to go do a running kick to Styles on the outside. Styles moved out the way. His foot, boom, hit the stairs. He falls down. Talking about on how he thinks it's broke. You hear the ref call for meds, call for medics. They help him out. His foot's elevated, and all I could think is, that is exactly why Rusev / Miro went from wrestling wearing with his feet taped up to wearing boots. Yeah. And yeah. So, between Styles and Drew, excuse me, it was damn good seeing him. I fucking loved it. If I had to say something I did not like on it, it's that as much as I love the pairing of AJ Styles and Omos, man, I fucking want Omos to be more interactive out there, doing stuff with the match. Get close. Yell and cheer AJ on. If you want to sit there and just be the big intimidating brute like, okay. But actually stand there and be the brute. Get close to the action. If Drew's starting to come near AJ, stand in between like, oh no you ain't, boy. Shit like that. Now how the match came to an end as it looks like AJ's about to get the win. He's got the calf killer in. Riddle comes down with his 1 foot taped up. Starts to apply the bro mission. Loosens AJ. Starts working on him. This is where I'm going to get hot. Because I try not to be one of these types of fans. I really don't. But when I see bullshit, I see bullshit. And I got to fucking call bullshit. The man complained less than 10 minutes prior, how he thought his foot was broke. He's coming out with his foot wrapped up in athletic tape. Hobbling, limping, okay. But then throwing out kicks and high knee strikes with the bad fucking leg. Short from saying that he's doped up on painkillers and can't feel shit, trust me, it's gonna fucking hurt. Knowing how I know using a broken bone to hit somebody hurts, I fucking had it done. Christ, I've broken my knuckles more times than I can count, hence why my fingers are like that, the spaces between them, and I've fucking punched and just like, God damn, that hurt. Shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Listen, this goes to what I said before. Some semblance of realism. And this is the kind of shit that pisses me off because you see this kind of shit in all forms in wrestling. Whether it's in WWE or Ring of Honor or Impact or AEW or whatever. You'll see people throw out like 200 chops and kicks and high-flying dives, but then miraculously spring up just like they're a fucking video game character, fresh, full of energy, like, dude, can you just like look a little exhausted? Make us think like, okay, do you got enough strength to finish this? Instead of coming out looking like a fucking Super Saiyan? Either way, now that I did that, now that I went off course for a minute, back to the match, Riddle came out, started to do that with AJ, worked to do it on McIntyre, no avail. Got a high kick on McIntyre, he was out of commission for a minute. Wound up hitting AJ with an RKO, went for a cover, 1, 2, Omos pulls AJ out. Riddle's like, what? Oh, come on, bro, seriously? And then turns around, boom, Claymore to the face, 1, 2, 3, that was it. So, your winner, and now in the Money in the Bank match, Drew McIntyre. Listen, I like Drew, I really do. But for the love of God, stop putting him in the fucking title chase for 5 minutes. Let some other guys get in there. Just, ugh. And it's sad because some people are going to want to compare this to like when the Roman Reigns title push. No, here's the thing. People were against the idea of making Roman champion. People are cool with Drew, but it's more so the fact of, alright, Drew's got an opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Stop. Please. That's the thing. Yeah. So, that is it for this week's show, folks. So please, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also, I'm on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you're going to look for my Facebook gimmick, hit me up on here in the comments, or hit me up on my Twitter at Tim Vicious and tell me you found me on there so I don't think I freeze on going. Also, thank you to my executive producer, Ollie Ray Ben, who did help provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check it out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good shit. Details are down below. Also, thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. There are a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, folks, don't forget to follow these cool-ass cats already on the Twitter. Kenny Killer, DSB_IV, Diabolica RA, Sergeant Curry Pants, and Dubs in your face. Happy birthday, hon. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck yes.